Peter Parker's life becomes more chaotic than ever as he tries to balance college, work, friendships, and his duty as Spider-Man. His daily routine is filled with stress. He rushes from delivering pizzas to attending classes, often arriving late, and he constantly disappoints the people he cares about. His best friend Harry Osborn is still furious at Spider-Man for his father's death, and although Peter wants to tell him the truth, he cannot. Mary Jane, the girl Peter deeply loves, is pursuing a successful acting career, but she is frustrated because Peter seems emotionally distant and keeps breaking promises. Peter's heart breaks whenever he sees her with someone else, but he feels he must stay away to protect her from the dangers of Spider-Man's world. As Peter's emotional strain grows, his powers begin to weaken. His web shooting fails, his agility falters, and he even falls during swings. Confused and exhausted, Peter starts to question whether he really wants to continue being Spider-Man. He wonders if he deserves a normal life, one where he can study, be with Mary Jane, and live without constant fear. Finally, overwhelmed by guilt and failure, he decides to give up being Spider-Man and throws his suit away, trying to return to a normal existence. For a short time, Peter feels relieved, but every time he witnesses injustice or someone in danger, he feels the weight of responsibility pulling him back. Deep inside, he knows he can never truly walk away from who he is meant to be. Meanwhile, a brilliant and respected scientist named Otto Octavius is working on a groundbreaking fusion energy project. During a demonstration attended by Peter, something goes terribly wrong. The fusion reaction becomes unstable, leading to a deadly explosion. Otto's wife, Rosalie, dies in the accident, and 4 robotic tentacles designed to control the fusion reaction are fused to his spine. The tentacles have artificial intelligence and a will of their own. With the inhibitor chip destroyed, the arms begin influencing Otto's mind, pushing him toward madness and obsession. Heartbroken and mentally manipulated, Otto transforms into Doctor Octopus, determined to rebuild his experiment at any cost. He begins robbing banks and attacking anyone who tries to stop him, becoming one of New York's most dangerous threats. During a bank robbery, Peter briefly regains his powers and confronts Doc Ock, but the villain escapes. Harry Osborn, desperate for revenge against Spider-Man, strikes a deal with Doc Ock. He will give him the rare tritium needed to complete the fusion reactor if Doc Ock brings Spider-Man to him. To lure Peter into a fight, Doc Ock kidnaps Mary Jane, knowing she is Peter's weakness. Seeing Mary Jane in danger forces Peter to accept his destiny, and his powers fully return. Reborn as Spider-Man, he goes after Doc Ock, leading to an unforgettable battle on a speeding train. Spider-Man pushes himself beyond his limits to save the passengers, nearly collapsing from exhaustion. The people he saves protect him and carry him inside the train, grateful for his sacrifice. Doc Ock eventually captures Spider-Man and delivers him to Harry. Harry prepares to kill Spider-Man, but when he unmasks him, he is shocked to see his best friend Peter under the mask. Conflicted, devastated, and confused, Harry lets Peter go. Peter rushes to save Mary Jane, who is held captive in a warehouse near the waterfront where Doc Ock is rebuilding his dangerous reactor. The experiment begins once again, threatening to destroy the entire city. Peter confronts Otto, removes his mask, and speaks to him not as a hero but as a friend and admirer. Peter reminds Otto of the good man he once was, telling him that sometimes people must sacrifice their dreams for the greater good. Otto, touched and finally breaking free from the control of his tentacles, decides to stop the experiment. With great effort, he pulls down the collapsing structure, sinks it into the river, and sacrifices himself to save New York. Mary Jane, who witnesses Peter's unmasked face during the rescue, finally understands the truth behind his distance and struggles. She realizes that Peter avoided being with her not because he didn't love her, but because he wanted to keep her safe from Spider-Man's dangerous life. Despite knowing the risks, Mary Jane chooses to be with him, showing up at his apartment and telling him she is ready to face whatever comes. The movie ends with Peter accepting both his responsibilities as a hero and the love he has long denied himself, while Mary Jane watches him swing into action, fully aware of the sacrifices their future will demand. If you want, I can also give you